Have you ever noticed that some students work best under pressure? Like, they procrastinate for days, scroll through Instagram, watch Netflix, and then, just a few days before deadline, boom, they suddenly become really productive. And then there are those who just start the night before and crumble completely under pressure. But guess what? Some of our cells just work the same way. They need a little stress to function properly. Especially beta cells, the one in your pancreas that produce insulin, they don't release insulin constantly. No. They are like students. They wait for the right signal. Glucose. But here's the twist. Beta cells don't just secrete insulin in response to glucose. They also depend on reactive oxygen species, short ROS, molecules linked to oxidative stress. But not that kind of stress that makes you cry over deadlines. No. Beta cells use this control stress for redox signaling to find you in the insulin release. Now, what is redox signaling? Imagine it as the NFC technology of your body, an invisible signal that triggers action, like the contactly payment system, you know? Redox signals set a quick chemical modification that change how proteins behave, regulating, for example, insulin secretion. When balanced, everything works smoothly, like tapping your card for coffee. But if this redox system gets out of control, beta cells stop working properly. Like a student who either panics and forgets everything or gives up entirely. And that is what I hypothesize happens in type 2 diabetes. Too much oxidative stress over time leads to irreversible protein modification, protein aggregation, and finally, beta cells lose their ability to release insulin. And this is where my research comes in. I'm using PTM-specific enrichment and mass spectrometry to study how beta cells use redox modifications to regulate insulin secretion. I want to find out which proteins are affected, how do these modifications influence insulin release, and can we manipulate this process to keep beta cells functional. If we learn to keep all cells or beta cells motivated under stress, we might prevent or even treat diabetes. So next time you're pulling an all-nighter, remember, your beta cells are doing the same thing. The difference is you get coffee and sleep in the end. They have to go for a lifetime. So let's thank them, and I thank you for listening.